So I started talking about vision. So vision is the ability, the vision we're talking about is the ability to see people, places, and things from the way God sees it, from the perspective of God. Vision from the perspective, from the lens of God. Faith is the means or the way to see how God sees. How do you see how God sees? It's by faith. Through faith, we see how God sees. We see what God sees. For example, if you have a vision of growing your own business, how do you now see the intention of God concerning that business? Is by faith. Can you see? See, ask yourself, how does God see? How does God see me? Because can you see yourself prosperous? Can you see yourself enlarged? Can you see yourself gaining more grounds? Oh, so how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself prosperous in that business? Do you see yourself enlarged? Ask yourself, how does God see me? God does not see you as a failure. He does not. A lot of people condemn themselves, but God does not see you the way you see yourself. A lot of people condemn themselves, but God does not. You must see yourself the way God sees you. You must see yourself the way God sees you. How does God see you? He sees you prosperous in that business. He sees you enlarged. He sees you. He does not see you small. The Bible said, despise not the days of little beginning. Right now, your business might just be in one location, but there's capacity for it to spread across the world. By seeing yourself the way God sees you, you enter into the realm that God expects you to be. So, God is not that being that says, because you are not this, I will not be this. Because of the extension of where He wants to take you to, He gives you the requisite need, what you need to get that vision to pass is hidden inside of you and is hidden in the people He will bring your way. So He gives you the vision, number one, and He brings the people that will make sure that vision comes to pass. He brings them your way. He also brings them your way. No man alone can carry out the vision of God. So know yourself. Ask yourself this question: how does God see you? You see, vision empowers us to see the way God sees. So through vision, we're able to know what God knows concerning a thing, concerning a thing, concerning a thing, we're able to know what God knows. Concerning ourselves, concerning our business, concerning our families, concerning our lives, are able to see by vision what God sees concerning. So if you are in a church, if you're in a church, ask the pastor, what is the vision of this church? If you're in an organization, ask the owner of the organization, what is the vision of this place? Because when you know the vision of that place, you can be able to align yourself to it. You can be able to come to terms with the vision of that place. That's the way you can prosper in that organization, by aligning with the vision of the organization. If you're in a church, that is how you can prosper, by aligning yourself with the vision of the house. So once you begin to, you cannot come with another vision inside the vision of man. God has given that man the vision. All you have to do is carry out that vision. But when you are not bringing another vision, when you're not bringing another vision, it will fall, it will fall, it will fall. That is not strong. When you're not bringing another vision into that vision, it creates division. And there can only be one captain in the ship. You cannot, if you are in a marriage, ask God, what is your vision concerning this marriage? What do you see concerning this marriage? What is your plan concerning this marriage? Because it is okay, it is good, it is better to be in alignment with God. So ask the visionary, ask the visionary. If you're in a church, if you're in a business, anywhere you are, anywhere you're working, anybody you're working on, ask the visionary what to know the vision. Ask them to know the vision. Ask those who know. Don't just come into a church and you don't know the vision of the church. Because it is a vision of the church that tailors everything that is being done in the church. If you know you cannot align with that vision, you better leave that place. Now, when you find out the vision of that place, you run with it. When you find out the vision of that place, you run with it. Run with it. Run with it. When you find out the vision of a place, you run with it. Everything has a vision. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a plan. You see, the vision of God is eternal. Is of the future. It has a future perspective. Because whatever is going to happen tomorrow, God already sees. So all we have to do is enable ourselves to participate in the vision of God. He sees all things. He sees all things. He sees all things. Now, how does God see you? Ask yourself, how does God see you? He sees you accomplished. You see, God sees you accomplished. He sees you prosperous. He sees you enlarged. He does not see, people can look at you and say you are done. People can look at you and say, there is nothing from here anymore. But you see, with God, God sees you in victory. He sees you victorious. No matter what you're going through, people can see you. They look at you, they say, no, this church is done. No, you are done. They look at you, there's no way you can get a car. People might see you that you're done, but God sees you differently. See, God always sees you differently. People see you defeated, but God sees you victorious. Like I said before, one of the names of God that sees, one of the names of God is the God that sees. Rohi is the God that sees. He sees your pain, he sees your suffering, he sees your future, he sees your purpose. He sees you presently and he sees you also in the future. He understands the ramification of you, the totality of your being. You see, people might despise you by what is going on with you right now. The people around you might despise you because of what is going on. They might think you're done, but God is not done with you. He's not. He's not done with you. You might be going through a kind of situation. You might have lost somebody. You might have lost a job. You might have lost money. But God is saying, I permitted these things to happen so that I can bring forth the fullness and the weight of my glory. I allowed you to lose that job so that I can show forth my glory. I allowed you to lose that business so that I can show forth my glory. I allowed you to go through this happiness. I allowed that person you lost to go because I need to show forth my glory. What are you going through? You see, what are you going through right now? Nothing that you're going through right now defines who you are until you know who God says you are. Nothing that you're going through right now defines who you truly are. You must see yourself through the eyes of God. So, part of the prayers you're going to pray is in Genesis chapter 21, it says, and God remembered Sarah. You're going to pray that God will remember you. That God will remember you. You're going to pray that God Himself will remember you the way He remembered Sarah. You're going to pray. That should be one of your prayers. Oh Lord, remember me. And also, you're going to pray that Lord, bless me indeed. Bless me indeed. Just like you blessed Jabez. He said, bless me indeed. I don't want to look like a blessing. I want to be truly blessed. We live in a country where people rather appear successful. They just want to look successful, but without real success. They want to appear successful. They want to appear rich. That's why the only place they can have relevance is by oppressing others. But what Jabez knew his situation. He said, I don't want to look like I'm making it and I'm not making it. I want you to bless me indeed. Bless me indeed. Another thing you have to do is to produce your strong cause. That thing you're praying for must not just be for you to waste. The Bible said you pray amiss so that you will waste it on your loss. The vision, the prayers that God answers are prayers in line with the will of God. Imagine you're not praying for the vision of God concerning you. How are you going to see that? So, I come to the end of this broadcast. I want to encourage you to connect with us. Like, share, help us grow, help us reach more people. And Lord bless you in Jesus' name. Take care of yourself and happy weekend.